Hey, it's Raven Tactical here. Once again, it's too dark to really show my face, so otherwise I would. I really don't care. This is kind of going off kind of what Bear was putting out. Bear put out a sit rep, and I thought it might be a good idea for the smaller viewers that I have, maybe who aren't connected with him. Bear Independent would be a guy I would recommend checking out. Much larger channel, much larger reach, and much larger skill set for as far as being able to help people. Couple things going on right now. The run on guns is insane. Like, I placed an order for some ammunition on Saturday, and SG Ammo's website was crashing. So I went to AIM Surplus, ordered from them. It went through. Didn't see a confirmation from them. I saw confirmation that the order was being processed, and then normally they're pretty quick. So I called yesterday to see what the status was, because it seemed a little weird because I haven't heard anything else. And their phone lines were turned off for incoming calls with a message saying, they're working as hard as they possibly can. So I sent them an email. They emailed me back. They're processing everything. Yesterday was for March 14th. So I mean, you have that. Every gun store, anybody that's selling guns is running out of guns. I went to Thiesen's or Tyson's, however you want to call it, to pick up some additional end items. I walked to see what their ammo situation was like, and normally that place never has a guy working behind the gun counter. It's, you got to go find the guy. They had two guys working the gun counter, and there's a bunch of people waiting around. A guy came up and said, "Hey, how long is the line for buying a gun? I really want to get a handgun." And the guy's like, "Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 5 deep." So they're 5 deep waiting on checks. A friend of mine is a FFL, a private FFL, and he got an email from the next FBI's thing, and they said basically massive delays, massive gun buying. Ammunition is flying off the shelf, and people can't keep up. Again, with Tyson's or Thiesen's, however you want to say it, the ammunition was picked clean. The only thing that was really remaining was a few oddball calibers, which most people don't have. I was able to find a box of 300 Blackout, and I carry 10 mil, so I found some 10 mil, which I thought that's cool, and kind of a unique, maybe a bizarre way in the turnaround of events is carrying your carry gun that you carry every day. Maybe it's kind of nice to have something that's not exactly the standard caliber around. It's gonna bite you in the end, but I do have other calibers if I need to. A couple other things too. You can expect that with this many people panic buying guns and ammunition, that if martial law gets declared, you might see some sort of gun restriction or gun ban, or however you want to call it. Do I think martial law is coming? Yes. You're going to start seeing the death rates and the infection rates skyrocket through the United States. We're finally getting test kits out. So now you're finally getting people who, even in my state of Wisconsin, who they really weren't doing it. They weren't testing people. They were refusing to test people. You had people who had symptoms in this state who were asking to get tested because they had to come back a second time to urgent care in a couple days and said, "Please test me for this." They refused. They're like, "No, you didn't go to China, so we're not going to test you." Like, that's the level of insanity here that we're dealing with. People are actually trying to get things figured out and tested. I'm showing all the symptoms, but because I didn't go to China, you're not going to test me. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's a little too late. I'm not saying the sky is falling and panic and go crazy, but understand that the numbers are going to go through the roof. So a lot of the naysayers, a lot of the people going, "Yeah, it's not so bad. The room is on fire, but it's not so bad. It's fine." Yeah, well, you're going to start seeing fewer and fewer naysayers as this goes through. places like Cheaper Than Dirt, once again, I've always recommended to never buy from them. 2012, they jacked prices, and they did it in 2008, they jacked prices, and right now, they have never had a problem jacking prices. They are now, and I'm going to say this in a sense that I support capitalism. So yeah, in the sense of capitalism, I get it, and they could do whatever they want. If they want to price gouge and put it at $1,000, $1 per round for .223 ammunition, just standard ball ammunition, which was normally going for about 30 cents, I get it. Capitalism says you can do supply and demand and sell it for whatever you want. However, when other stores are selling it for a much lower or fair price, I'm going to tell you this. Cheaper Than Dirt has there's another side of capitalism, right? There's the seller and there's the consumer. The consumer has the ability to choose who he wants to buy from. Now, you could choose when all this settles down eventually at some point to continue buying from Cheaper Than Dirt, or you can just vote with your wallet and go, yeah, no. You tried to screw us, we're going to screw you back twice as hard. Hopefully it works, but I doubt it. Most people are complacent and will just buy from Cheaper Than Dirt because, 5 years from now when everything settles down, oh, well, they got the cheapest prices on here, or, yeah, okay. What else is going on? I think you really, really need to figure out, any last minute things, last minute items. It's tough, I think you should be prepared to shelter in place or at your bug out location for anywhere between 2 weeks minimum to 4 months would be it. And it's going to be hard for some people. Water's heavy, water's expensive. Well, not expensive, but water's hard to store. And the big Berkeys and all the Berkey systems are completely sold out. It's my one downfall that I wish I would have got Mrs. Raven for Valentine's Day, but we had car problems that month, and I was like, oh, I really don't want to go completely crazy and buy something like this, and I'm really kicking myself for it because I could have got a really good deal on it, and now you're not even able to touch it for anything less than 2 or 3 times what the going MSRP rate was for it, and we can't do it. There's only so much you can do. And the other side of this coin too is, as much as you think you're prepared, you're not. You really are not as prepared as you think you are. And that's fine. I think that's also fine. Some positive news, I guess it's positive in a way. So Wisconsin's shutting down like bars, movie theaters, anything like that. So for us, when you're in the country, your bar is your restaurant. So we have a really nice restaurant / bar. And great food, great service, great customers, support, service, and all this kind of stuff. The owners are awesome. And what they decided to do was they're starting a delivery service and they're doing carryout. And you know what? Support your local business. We are. Yeah, was it a little extra money? Yep. But you know what? I'd rather give them a couple extra, give them a little business because they're going to be hurting. Like everyone else out here, they're going to be hurting. And let's just say it's not a fun position to be in. So anyways, I'm going to try to keep this under 10 minutes because this is kind of getting into a long rant. But be prepared, people. Be prepared. Be prepared to shelter in place. Be prepared for interstate travel bans. Basically, they're going to shut the freeways down. They're going to block between states. They're going to have roadblocks. They're going to wind up, you're not going to be able to move. You're going to have kind of a martial law setting where there's going to be curfew times and all this. Call it whatever you want. Call it the purge. Oh yeah. I'm going to put this in a second video so that people don't tune me out because I think this is too long of a video anyways. It's Raven Tactical out. Have a great day. Stay safe. Pray for this country. Pray for your group. Pray for your family. Out.